Hey everybody, it's me, Dolores, the pastor's daughter. In today's video, I wanted to read to you from the book entitled, Don't You Know Who I Am? How to Stay Sane in an Era of Narcissism, Entitlement, and Incivility. It is by Dr. Ramani. So in today's video, we are going to be reading from chapter 7, and it's entitled The Narcissist Who Raised You. Now, just a brief overview. First of all, I love Dr. Ramani. I've taken a few classes by her. And when I first started this journey in discovering who my father was, and my father is a narcissistic pastor, I just did a wide search and tried to find all the information that I could so that I could learn what to do, how to do, what is narcissism, what is this thing. And so I found Dr. Ramani, and she has been an excellent resource. In this book, this chapter really resonates with me because it is like down to a T of what I have dealt with my father. And probably like many of you who grew up with a narcissistic parent, then you will probably resonate with the things that she shares in this chapter as well. So let's get started. So the chapter starts off with a quote that says, "Children have never been very good at listening to their elders, but they have never failed to imitate them." James Baldwin. And the chapter reads like this. Many people met their very first narcissist on their first day on this planet. It was their mother, their father, or both. People with narcissistic parents often have no other reality. As such, it shapes who they are and become. It can take some heavy psychological lifting to get past growing up this way and making healthy choices as an adult. A toxic parent engages in the established patterns of narcissism. That's a lack of empathy, self-centeredness, arrogance, unchecked rage, grandiosity, and deep entitlement. Basically, it is a situation in which the parent chronically puts his or her needs first and the needs of everyone else second. There are myriad possible reasons for these toxic patterns. Parents who are toxic are often narcissistic, but there may also be other patterns ranging from untreated psychopathology, personality disorders, particularly borderline, narcissistic, and antisocial personality disorders, as well as passive-aggressive patterns, and substance abuse to the parent's own history of having toxic parents. This can be a transgenerational issue. No matter what the reason, it is not the child's responsibility to be patient with or address the parent's issues, period. Children do not have the luxury of knowing or even understanding that their parent is a narcissist. With few exceptions, children want to believe their parents are heroes and caregivers and will give their parents thousands of chances to get it right. Partially, this is adaptive. If the child does get the validation of the parent, then the child will be kept safe by the adult. But mostly, it is reflexive, and most parents start from an advantageous position. If you feed this little person, he or she will like you. The job gets more demanding as it goes. Parents set a primitive tone for us, and the fact is that no one gets it just right. Parents' sadness, worries, disappointments, psychopathology, and distraction all become the stuff of their children's development and become the only reality or normal the child experiences. Parents are people, and their history does not magically disappear when they have a child. Extending that to what we discussed before about habituation, these familiar patterns become normalized, and we often replay them in numerous ways in adult life. One narcissistic, entitled, toxic parent can steer the course of a childhood in a permanent way and can impact adulthood until the end of life. Parenting and narcissism do not mix. The key requirements of parenting, consistency, empathy, compromise, sacrifice, self-awareness, discipline, and equanimity are precisely the qualities that narcissists lack. The analogy I have used with numerous clients is that the experiences we have or endure as children are like etchings or echoes. These experiences don't define people, but they also cannot be denied. The echo, the faint mark, is always there. At the most extreme, it is like experiencing an injury in childhood. It may always give you some aches and pains as an adult, but it doesn't have to restrict you. The awareness of these dynamics how they impact a person, and how they continue to play out can be used to enable behavioral change in different kinds of choices. The key characteristics of a narcissistic parent. In writing this book, I spoke with dozens of people with toxic narcissistic parents. Their stories are heartbreaking because not only did the narcissism make for difficult and painful childhoods, but also the scars and damage wrought by their toxic parents impacted their sense of worth and their decision-making in relationships throughout their adult lives. Their stories, however, are sometimes triumphant. They did not allow their parents' toxicity to do them in. They found strength within themselves, and they took their lives back despite their self-doubt. Some key things emerged over the course of the interviews. While these were not true of every parent, these were themes that multiple respondents highlighted. In terms of how their parents' toxicity manifested, these themes range from invalidation to emotional distance, to control and competitiveness, to inconsistency and poor boundaries. The first one is invalidation. Toxic parents make everything about them. Your triumph, your losses, the day you gave birth, a family funeral, the day you go in and get chemotherapy. Regardless of the topic or situation, they turn it back to themselves. Their children's needs are secondary and typically met only if they align with the needs of the parent. They lie to their children about family issues and chronically second-guess and gaslight their children well into adulthood.
If you keep watching this series and thinking, something here feels uncomfortably familiar, that is your discernment waking up. The next step is not another video. It is clarity. The Decision Audit Toxic Parent Edition can provide that clarity. This audit helps you decide whether to keep full contact, limit contact, or step back from a toxic parent. Based on evidence, not guilt. You are not deciding how to treat them. You are deciding how much access they get to you. Download the Decision Audit Toxic Parent Edition today. Link in bio.